My name is Gohar and today I will be presenting about the French fashion and the Kenkan Dance, 1900 edition or 20th century edition. So, some of the most popular clothes during that era. First of all, before I start talking about the clothes, one thing I want to say that I basically included female clothes because male clothes were just simple and just a single tuxedo. That's what they wear most of the times. But female clothes I found really interesting. That's why I most talk about them. So, during this decade, the frilly puffed blouses and fluted skirts, which is also known as the Hubble skirts, were one of the most popular clothes known in France and in other countries as well, and then even became more popular then. So first, let's go to this, which is called the frilly. So as you can see, I included three pictures, two of them which are colored as you can see, and I included one picture from the old times just so you can have an idea of how it looked like for the women to wear and how they look like with this. And that's just how the dress is, and yep, I hope you can all see. Okay, so now we come to the puff blouses. I'm pretty sure most of you know about this because they were also really famous in quite a lot of movies, and they were used quite often for many performances, stage performances as well. And yep, it's the same order as I put it the pictures before. Okay, yeah. This is what's called the floated skirts, which is also known as the Hubble skirt, as you can see in the pictures. That's how it's called. That was the reason why it's called the Hubble skirt, because of the way it looked like. And yep, these are the pictures of the clothes and stuff. Okay, so now we come to Kenkan Dance, one of the most important things. Okay, so first of all, what is Kenkan Dance? Kenkan Dance is a high energy demanding dance, which means you have to be really energetic in order to be a Kenkan dancer. It became popular in music hall dance in 1840s, which was when it kind of got invented, and counting popularity in France and many other countries to this day, which means it still is extremely popular in these countries. And it is originally danced by both genders, which means female and male both dancers are involved in this dance. And the main feature of this dance are the vigorous manipulation of skirts and petticoats along with high kicks. So as you can see in the picture, this might not be that much informative, but you can see as how they while dancing they kind of manipulate their skirts and include high kicking with it. And again, you have to be really energetic to be a Kenkan dancer. So one of the big questions were why is it called Kenkan dance? Because Kenkan in French means a woman, it means a women's dance of French French origin, characterized by high kicking and usually while holding a front full of a skirt. And I already talked about how they lift up most of their skirts and stuff. So this is a picture talking about it. So here you can see. Oops. No. Yeah. Never mind. Here you can see how flexible the dancers were, and that's time because they had to do really high kicking and stuff like that. And male wore these tuxedos and these clothes, but female had really interesting clothes they wear while dancing. And yeah, that's all about. This is just a poster which was created in the 1903, I think. I believe. So now we know how it's done. Now we know how dance is done. But let's go to how it sounds like. Sorry, and looks like actually. So the reason I couldn't really find any videos from the old time, so I had to search up and find this video from this time. And the music you're about to hear in this video is the original music that was composed by a really famous French composer. And enjoy. art. Yeah, and here comes the high kicking. And that's about it. Amazing performance. So, merci beaucoup, which means thank you very much and thank you for listening.
Oh, nice. Our topic is Bohemianism, and we're going to explain what that means. So, what is Bohemianism? It is it's an unconventional lifestyle that people used to live with in the 19th century. It was all about not being so much interested in materialistic goods. They had disregard for money. They pursue color, music, and art and literary. In the 19th century, there was this group of outsiders who were believed came from Bohemia and were called by French Bohemians. Because of their lifestyle, they were associated with Romani people, but they're not exactly the same thing. They had a very peculiar way of living, and when the first generation left to Paris, they were trying to try out their independence and to discover their style of art, because they were very interested in art. Then they were rejecting, like I said, private property and materialism. They believed that everything should be owned by like a group of people, and everyone owns everything as a group. They had strict moral values. They were consuming alcohol and drugs. They had sexual freedom. And like I said, they rejected the pursuit of wealth because they believed it was, for them, it was immoral to actually be interested in materials and goods. And also, the Bohemians were very discriminated by the French people because they were used to, the French people were used to being very into materials, and everyone was comparing their wealth, and there was a huge difference between the, how are they called? The classes, yes. However, when the World War I started in 1914, this lifestyle was no longer tolerated, because who cares about music or art when there is a war outside? And they just put these differences aside, and they had to start fighting for their country. So yeah, Isabel's gonna talk about today's influence of.
Right, so the term Bohemian has come to be very commonly accepted in our day as the description of a certain kind of literary gypsy, no matter in what language he speaks or what city he inhabits. It is widely identified with rebellion, ultimate freedom, and artistic pursuits. Nowadays, artists and poets who live in the Bohemian style state of mind disturb the high society's view on art. Living a Bohemian lifestyle today is not really a style, it's a way of life. Sorry. So, a large number of people engaging with this practice are painters, writers, musicians, actors, and other types of artists, which we'll be talking about soon. Basically rejecting bourgeoisie values, a Bohemian willingly leads a nomadic, carefree life, which is of little material attachment, and adopts unprincipled attitudes towards love and sex, as Daria already mentioned. So, art, style, and culture. The term was later more broadly applied to those who live in an eccentric, unusual lifestyle that was based on an expression for the arts. the pursuit of pleasure, sexual freedom, and travel. The term has become associated with various artistic or academic communities and is used as a generalized adjective describing such people, environments, or situations. In Paris, drugs, alcohol, and a free attitude towards sexual expression were considered a special part of this subculture. So, the style and the fashion. Bohemians prefer to explore a lush planet, while free from the material chains that bind others. Daria mentioned it again. Most Bohemians stray from the norm when it comes to their fashion sense. While they rarely get to buy brand new clothes, they still express their fashion style. And basically, they often gravitate towards bold colors that helps them stand out in the community. So, the habitat. Wait, sorry, what? Okay. So, Bohemians prefer to live in habitats with strong freedom of expression. Bohemian communities can still be seen appearing with cheap living costs, but most Bohemians don't have much money due to their anti-materialistic way of life. So the art there I will give out now just a few cards that you can look at. So you will see a photograph and 3 different French paintings. So art and Bohemianism comes in hand. Most Bohemians spend their time pursuing artistic projects like creation of books, songs, and paintings, but the list doesn't end there. Singing, dancing, sketching, poetry, and even blogging are all common hobbies in the Bohemian world. The music, do you want to talk about it?
Yes. So we made some research because we were interested to find out how the Bohemian music was like. And we couldn't find that much information from the 19th century. However, we discovered that the famous band Queen has Bohemian music. That's most of it is Bohemian music,
yes.
And that's why we decided to put Queen in the background of our presentation. And we put for Killer Queen because it was the only song that was remotely slower and not very yelling every lyric. So. Yeah, they have. It had a very distinguished type of music, more energetic, and yes, yeah. And that's the end of our.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.